Today's tool is the Agile Estimating Tools. Okay, welcome back everyone. Super excited about today's tool. This is the Agile Estimating Tool. And so really what we think about Agile estimating, we think about estimating in the Agile world. It's really to understand how big these project requirements are, right? So Agile Estimating Tool helps you estimate the level of effort to complete each project requirement, and estimates the value assigned to a specific requirement that represents the ease or the difficulty of completing that requirement. So it's really the first step in the Agile process, and it's often referred to as scoring as well. And so you'll hear that lots throughout this process. So the Agile Estimating Tool. So let's look at our planning questions like we always do, right? And so when would you use the tool? Well, again, I want to just highlight, right, for obtaining the estimate of the project. And so it's really about understanding how big of an effort this is based on all the features that they've asked for in this project. Why are you going to use the tool? To estimate. Who's going to use the tool? Right? How are you going to use the tool? Determine the material, the equipment, the schedule, and the cost for future uses, right? How will you distribute it? How often will you do it? Well, the initial estimate is something you're going to do at the very beginning, but as new requirements come in, you're going to be estimating all the time. And so that's one thing that you'll be doing on a regular basis, is that constant estimating. Does that make sense? Yeah, so if you guys have had familiarity with the estimating tool before, right, or Agile estimating, right, it's really going to be something that you're going to do throughout the life of the project. And as you go through the various sprints, you're going to continue to get new features, new requirements, and then you're going to want to estimate those. Okay? So, so we've gone into great details in the book, the Project Management Communication Tools. And so we really spend a lot of time to really make sure people understand this whole estimating process. And so we talk about, the definitions of it. We talk about the Fibonacci sequence. And so that's something that you should definitely get out there at Bing and Google and have a look at that to really understand how that scoring system is done. We talk a lot about relative sizing in Agile, right? And it's a really important concept. And if you're going to know Agile, you're going to know Scrum. You're definitely going to want to know those worlds. And when you think about it, right, you think about Agile sizing, we go into the introduction of story points. We go into the introduction of planning poker, team velocity, right? These are all the things as a Scrum Master, as being part of an Agile team. These are all the things that you really need to know inside and out to really help you be successful in that environment. We'll continue to scroll through. And then we come down to the mastering section. Again, this is, the book is based on planning and then mastering. And so these are the details around that. And so when you look at the mastering the Agile tools, we go deeper into this creating the relative sizing. And so I really love that because it really talks about taking the user stories and really breaking those down. And one of the things, and I'll just pause here for a second, but one of the things that we've done a lot of detail and a lot of good write-ups on is this cone of uncertainty. And we talk about small, medium, large, the sizing of these projects, and then how does those sizes break down to story points, and then how do the story points break down to hours. So when you think about that t-shirt sizing concept, we really think of it as a cone. And so from a cone of uncertainty, you go from t-shirt sizing all the way down to hours, but it really does help you estimate how big these tasks are. And again, all the details are in there as well. Here's another example where we actually take the t-shirt sizing and we start putting, we say, hey, story point 2 is small, 4 is small, but 3 is a medium. Story point 1's a large. Story point 6 is an extra large. So you have this board and you really put your story points on these boards, and then allows you to see and really understand where all of your estimating and all your requirements fall. So I really love that because it's really simple. It's an easy to view graphic. Your executives are going to love it. It's a great communication tool. But I really love how we've broken that down to really help you break down the sizing and where the big buckets are for these things. And then we go into creating Agile story points and really drive through exactly what these story points look like. We go back to that Fibonacci sequence, right? We give the equation on that, but the Fibonacci, the Fibonacci numbering systems, right? And we go into that as well. We talk about using Agile story points. We talk about the Agile planning poker, right? And going through that whole poker process of developing your estimates. So again, great stuff there with that. You've got the Fibonacci sequence cards. You see the 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, all the way to infinity, 140, 144. So again, really, really great stuff. We've done a ton of details, ton of goodness in this chapter around Agile Estimating Tools. That's all I have right now. Again, check out the book, Project Management Communication Tools. If you like the video, like it, share it, and definitely make comments on it as well. Thank you again for your time, and I'll see you guys online. Thanks. Excited to walk you through this. So as part of our course that we've been walking through, the Project Management Communication Tools course I've been putting up on YouTube and you guys have been watching, a lot of people are asking me about how do I get the actual files and how do I get this information. So a couple things I wanted to point out. If you jump into the paid tools, there's really 2 or 3 components I want to show you here. First of all the various PDF files. So for projects, for small projects, here's a PDF file, and what we've done, and you've seen this before, but we've broken down the tools of what you should use for small projects, what you should use for medium projects, what you should use for large projects. So we've broken all those down. And so as we go through this course, you're going to see, and I'll just jump into one of them, for example, you're going to see it's really a PDF of the book. It's 158 pages. So as we go through the course and we look at customer requirements and you actually see all the text and stuff that we're going through, that comes directly from the book. And so what we've done here is we've broken them down. So small projects from 1 week to 3 months. Here are the tools in initiation. Here are the tools in planning, and so on and so on. So you guys can go check those out on my store at any time. I'll come back, and again, of course, there's the medium projects and then for large projects. Now, again, if you're looking for the tools, so you actually love these and you don't want to hand type these tools are certainly right available right there. So again, it's really, really important as we walk through and you guys understand the tools and you want to start using the tools, you can certainly hand type all these tools, not a problem, or you can spend that low price and grab these tools and make them available for you right now. So very, very excited. I just want to spend a couple minutes. It's dowpublishingllc.com/store-2. Very easy to find. The files are right there. And again, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks.